memory with you, or whatever, just something like that.
Yes, yes. Lauren, it's been to speak with you, and it's been lovely to explore this in this way. I think, I know for me, there've just been a few, moments and a few, key points here and there that kind of culminate, and you just sort of bring front of mind, or maybe think in one way but allow for a different perspective. So really insightful is what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. But also just really lovely to chat with you.
Well, thank you so much. Lovely to speak with you.
Now, of course, before we let you go, we are about to kick off into our mixtape. And while Andrew and Elmo as a duo, wonderful video, it kind of made us think, well, what about duets and maybe best duets? And you've kindly chosen a song to kick us off. Can you tell us about the song you've chosen and why?
Yeah, so it's called The Ballad of Tom Jones, and it's by Space with Cerise Matthews. And I chose it because it's a very weird duet, and it's also fantastic to do at karaoke if anyone ever gets a chance to do it. People really like it, and they've often never heard the song, but it's great.
Okay, lovely. Well, I'm ready to fire it off to kick off our mixtape. Lauren, again, thank you for joining us on National Weekend Evenings. Really wonderful to speak with you. Thank you. Thanks. Lauren Breen. Lauren's Professor of Psychology at Curtin University. All right, let's get into our mixtape with Lauren's song choice, The Ballad of Tom Jones by Space, featuring Cerise Matthews.
Carpets. One of the things you can do is make yourself up a bay water spray. So get yourself some bay leaves.
Yep.
Get yourself some bay leaves. You'll need about half a dozen bay leaves into a couple of cups of boiling water, and let it stand for a good 20 minutes. Empty it into a spray bottle, and you mist along all your skirting boards with it. It will inhibit them. It won't stop them entirely, but it'll inhibit them, and it'll slow their breeding cycle down so you don't get so many. And if you do it on a regular basis, eventually they'll disappear. But they will tend to stay away from your place rather than coming in.
Yeah, send them next door, Robin. Do what Shannon says, and those next door neighbours, if they say, oh, I've got millipedes, oh, I haven't had any in my place. Robin, thank you. Hello, John.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Dennis, I read it last night, and I was wanting to speak to Shannon, and I spoke to another lady. And you said to read back tonight.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Oh,
Shannon's listening to you.
Okay, thank you. I spilled 2 cups of coffee on my carpet.
Yes,
and
you
I can't
did.
get the stain out.
Yep. Okay, you need to use glycerin. It's 2 drops of glycerin for every 30 centimetres of stain area. So that's 2 drops for every foot. Now apply it with an old toothbrush. Lightly brush the glycerin across the top of the carpet. Don't push it in, it's important. Leave it there for an hour and a half, and then you take a cake of soap from the bathroom, damp the cake of soap so the cake of soap feels sticky but not wet, and then scribble on the stain with the cake of soap like a crayon and rub it out with a cold, damp cloth, not a wet one. Keep your moisture level to a bare minimum. That will get a certain volume of tannin out of the stain. Depending on how much is there, you might need to do it again, but if you do, leave it for at least 24 hours in between attempts at doing it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, that's
You're
a pleasure,
very
John. Hey,
Okay.
Shannon, can you stay with us for a few minutes?
You betcha.
You're good. Back after the break. Thank you to all the callers who are hanging on patiently. We'll try and get through as many as we can. Coming up a little bit later, someone known as the Steak Lad. It's a really interesting story. I'll be talking to him, but more calls for Shannon Lush after the break. Back soon.
Tom Elliott.
The Federal Housing Minister Claire O'Neill.
Mornings from 8:30.
There are literally millions of people around our country right now whose entire life is affected by their housing situation.
So the state government has said it will effectively override local councils, and there's people in various suburbs here are protesting against this. So what do you do?
We can't all sit around and complain about a housing crisis and then hit the streets and protest when there's anything that may